algorithmic signal engine that cuts through the noise, identifies high probability setups, and tells you exactly when to move before the market leaves you behind. Again, no more guessing, no more second guessing, just signals, structure, and clarity. Watch this video, see it for yourself, because the traders who keep losing all have one thing in common: they never made a change. Will you? An algorithmic in my journey with day trading is the overwhelming number of strategies available online. Everyone claims to be profitable using a different method, which leaves beginners with too many options and no clear direction. Unless you have the time to sit down and backtest for 90 days or build a custom Pine script, it can be nearly impossible to know which strategies are legitimate. What makes it even harder is filtering out the noise. The scammers on YouTube, the fraudulent signal bots, the gurus charging $2,000 to teach you a secret strategy. The real question becomes, which approaches are actually worth studying? Before we go any further, nothing in this video should be considered financial advice. I am not a financial expert. I'm a software developer and automation engineer who has worked in the AI industry for about 20 years. I run an organization called Tech and Faith, and my goal is simply to help people test and evaluate strategies so they don't fall victim to scams. To that end, I've built an application called NeuroPrice Edge. This app does far more than backtesting. Check out our YouTube channel to explore its full range of features. What it will never do, however, is give you financial advice. Everything here is strictly for educational and training purposes. Please do not make any financial decisions based on this app, or frankly, based on any app, unless the guidance comes from a licensed financial professional. Now let's walk through the simulation feature. If you look at the screen, you'll see a tab at the bottom labeled Simulate. This feature does exactly what the name implies. It lets you simulate a trading strategy against historical data. Today, we're going to run a simulation on the New York session using the ORB, opening range breakout strategy, specifically the 5-minute ORB. For this demonstration, we'll run it across Forex, metals, and indices, and select gold and silver as our tickers. One of the strengths of this app is its historical depth. You can backtest up to 7 years of data. I want to be clear. I didn't invent this ORB strategy. I found it through multiple YouTube sources that consistently reported profitable results, ran over 500 variations of testing to verify it, studied the accompanying documentation, and then coded the logic into my own engine. That's the version we're simulating today. For this session, we'll run the simulation from January 1st through May 18th of this year. No need to go back the full 7 years for this example, though the option is always there. The simulator also gives you a high degree of customization to mirror your real trading conditions. Skip specific days of the week. For example, if you never trade on Wednesdays, you can exclude them entirely. Add blackout dates. Specific calendar dates you won't be trading, such as a wedding anniversary or personal commitments. Prop firm parameters. If you're trading with a prop firm, you can enter your starting balance, say $50,000, your maximum drawdown limit, $2,000, and your payout goal, $3,000. The simulator will then track your progress accordingly. Here's how that plays out. If you breach your drawdown limit, say by January 5th, The system logs a failed challenge and resets the account. If you hit your payout goal by that same date, it logs a win. The goal, of course, is more wins and fewer losses. For this run, we'll set the risk ratio to 1.5 and enable the retest option, since the majority of ORB tutorials and documentation recommend including a retest as a condition for entry. We'll now run the simulation and let it process.